Hey Simply family, happy Christmas, day 25 of our Advent series. I really hope you're enjoying your day so far and putting Jesus right at the center of it. If you listen to this early enough, we do have a service at 10:30, so come along to that. Looking forward to Richard sharing with us, but I'm just going to share a brief bit from Luke chapter 2. It says, "In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration where Quirinius was governor of Syria, and all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house of the lineage of David, to be registered with Mary his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn." Now, we know that story probably time and time again. We've seen it on Christmas cards. We've seen it on TV. We've probably seen little drama productions. And it seems so kind of quaint and nice. But I just want to remind us once again of God's love that's seen through this passage. You know, this wasn't an easy time for Joseph and Mary. It wasn't like, everything was going swimming and, there was no challenges. They were still betrothed. They weren't married yet still. She was still a virgin, although carrying a child, because obviously the Holy Spirit had come upon her. And she was bearing Jesus, God, who became man for us. And so here they are traveling around, looking for a place to stay. And it just tells us at the end that there was no place at the inn. That's a tough call for a pregnant lady who is imminently giving birth. There is no warmth of a proper home, the comfort of a proper bed. We know that they end up in what we call a stable, but was most likely a cave at the back of this innkeeper's property. There would have been animals in there. There would have been poo in there. There would have not necessarily been the nicest of place. And that is where the King of Kings was born. That's where Jesus came for us. And that's the incredible truth as we think about Christmas. God doesn't come in the easiest way. He wasn't born in the greatest of palaces and the greatest of kingdoms. He came to an ordinary family and was born in the dirt and the grime of a borrowed stable. That is the God who we worship and we serve. And he did it because he loves us so much. He did it because he wanted to identify with every part of our life, right from his birth, right the way through to his death. He understood what it was to grow up in just an ordinary Jewish family. He understood what it was to have people ridicule him and come against him. He understood what it was to go through education and through work. He understood what it was to have everyone betray him and leave him behind. He understood what it was to be wrongly accused. He even understands what it's like to be tortured and tormented and die the most awful, gruesome, horrific, indignifying death there ever is. That is the God we worship today. That is the God who loves us and came for us. And we read as we go on through this narrative, if you have time, that the angels appear to the shepherds. The shepherds recognize that this is the King of Kings and they come and worship him. And so today, let him be your object of worship. Don't get too caught up in the presents and the turkey. Yes, enjoy time with family. Enjoy time with other people. Enjoy time maybe even around the tree. Christmas tree's up there with the presents. But remember, the greatest gift of all was Jesus, and he came for you. Let's celebrate that today with all that we are.